and something that the youth need to take a stance and do.
All right, people. Live, uncut, unedited. You already know what it is. This is live, uncut, unedited. We got a special guest tonight. P Rae is going to come on here tonight, and she's going to talk with us. And we're going to open it up and have some questions. And she is a young person, especially under me, and she's running for an office. And I want to hear from her. As you know, that I am a registered Democrat, but she is also a Republican. And I want to hear from her as well. And this platform is made up of a lot of black people. We independents, we're Republicans, we're Democrats, and I want to hear from her, see what she has to say. And I believe that she can make a difference. You know, that's what I want to believe. So we're going to call. We want to hear from her. I'm excited tonight. This is not her first time being on this show, but she's the guest tonight, and we want to hear from her. She's running for Congressman. A lot of you guys are familiar. If you live here in the city of Chicago, state, Illinois, you know about Danny Davis' old spot. He's given up the spot. He's no longer running anymore. I believe he's in his early 80s, I believe. I know late 70s, if not early 80s. He's been held this spot for many years. So we want to, we definitely want to hear from her. For real. All right. I think we got a call. 4792. Who's that? I just want to know who that is.
Rae.
Okay, P Rae. Just hold on. I just want to make sure. Okay. That's P Rae. All right. All right, P Rae. Before we get started, I'm just going to just get my little crowd on here and get my crowd on here. My phone ringing. Sorry about that. I had it on silent mode, but it is what it is. Appreciate you coming on here tonight. I got your picture up, and I'm looking to hear from you. And we're going to ask you some questions, and we're going to do like you do. We're going to let the people talk, and after that, we're going to hang up. Normally, I let us. No, the reason why I'm doing that because I don't want no interruptions. I want people to ask their question. You answer to the best of your ability, and that way we won't have no outbursts like that. So we're going to do it like that. And I don't want this to be a shouting match or a screaming match. Oh, can I say what I say? You know, we're not going to have that. We're going to do things decent in order. And we realize that you have a national platform, and we're going to respect that. You know, you are a professional, and we want to treat you as such. And thank you again for coming on here. Give a few more minutes. We'll wait till a few more people come on in, so we don't have to keep repeating ourselves. But while we're waiting, P Rae, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Thank you for having me tonight. My name is Patricia Rae Easley. I am from the Austin community. I go by P Rae. That's my public name. I've lived in the Austin community my entire life. My parents lived in the Austin community. My grandmother bought buildings in the Austin community that my family still holds on to. I love living on the west side of Chicago because that's where my entire family comes from, and everything that we do is to make our community better. I am running for Congresswoman of 7th Congressional District because I was raised in the congressman's office. When I was in high school, I went to Whitney Young High School. Every day after school, I would catch the Jackson bus down to Holman, and then the Holman bus to Arlington, where I would go and volunteer in the congressman's office for a federal housing initiative called WOW. It's Ownership Wealth. That was an initiative by the Congressional Black Caucus to help increase Black home ownership between 2000 in 2000. When I graduated from high school, I had 500 service hours from specifically working on this federal housing initiative. So I know federal housing very, very well. And from there, it made me pay attention to federal policy. So right now, the city of Chicago's main problem is that we have federal housing mismanagement. The Chicago Housing Authority at this very moment has $1.8 billion that they've been holding on to since 2000. Now, when they tore down those projects, the federal government gave them money to rebuild those projects. But instead of putting shovels in the ground, they played a lot of legislative games on the federal and local level to prevent that. This is why CHA has so much money, even though we have 120,000 Black families currently on the CHA waiting list. However, we also saw that when the people showed up in front of these police stations, they didn't get put on a waiting list for 20 years. These people don't have social security numbers, they don't have birth certificates, they don't have anything. And it seems like the local leadership has put a priority on them where we should be the priority here in the city of Chicago. And when I say we, I'm talking about the American citizens, and that's us, because nobody's more American than the Negro in the country.
Okay. Now, how old are you, Miss P Rae?
I'm 37.
You're 37 years old. You're a mother, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Now,
And my daughter attends Chicago Public Schools as well.
Oh, okay.
So everything I say from an education standpoint is coming from a CPS parent.
Okay. Great. I have one question I want to ask you. When did you decide to become a Republican? Tell us how that journey come along, because we basically in a Democratic state and a city. So, what's some of the decisions that you made to become a Republican? Just curious. Yeah. Not saying that you was born a Democrat. Go ahead.
No. If you're in Chicago, you definitely born a Democrat. However, for me, my father was a history major at NIU. That's when he graduated and had a degree in 1980. Shout out to the Hollywood E.G. Signals. My daddy was Spring 79. So my daddy was a big history political guy. And that's all we talked about in the house, me and him, was like Chicago history, politics, American history, geopolitics, wars, all that kind of stuff. This is why I could talk about geopolitics as well. So I told him one day, Daddy, you taught me all this stuff about the history of the country. We need to be Republicans, because it's the Democrats who are the Ku Klux Klan. It's the Democrats who was the Confederate. It's the Democrats that turned Black people in Chicago. He told me, shut up, Ray. Don't you say that no more, because if they hear you saying that in Chicago, they gonna stop picking up our trash and stop shoveling our snow. You can't say it in Chicago. So I'm like, okay, cool. But then a couple of years later, I happened to be on a blog and it said Sunken Place Pool Festival. I said, what is this? Well, I clicked it and I saw that Ben Carson was going to be at this conference called the Young Black Leadership Summit in Gaithersburg, Maryland. I'm like, I'm going to see if they still taking people for this, because I need to go talk to him about federal housing mismanagement on the west side of Chicago. Because again, I was working with this program. So I applied to go. 3 days later, I get an email that say the President of the United States requests your presence at the White House. Please come. So I'm like, whoa. So I go to the White House. This is when President Trump was in office. And I walk in the White House in the East Room and walk right into Dr. Carson. Dr. Carson, my name is Patricia. I'm from the city of Chicago. I'm here to tell you this administration talks too much trash about my city and it needs to stop. We dealing with federal housing mismanagement, and you the HUD secretary. You help us make the city of Chicago spend the money, and we'll take care of ourselves. We the children of the Mississippi cotton pickers. Ain't nobody tougher than us. Ain't nobody stronger than us. Ain't nobody gonna outwork us. But we need y'all help on the federal level. So he started laughing. You hear something like a feedback?
Yeah, hold on. Okay, let me ask you a question. Do you have me like on a speakerphone, or Bluetooth? You probably had to talk direct straight in the phone. You got to take that off.
Yeah, I'm talking in the phone, but
Okay.
it sounds like a
Oh.
fan. Okay, anyway.
It is a
digress.
fan. Hold on.
It's okay.
Let me cut my fan off. I'm sorry. It's
Okay.
I'm up on all these lights. I'm gonna cut that fan off.
Oh,
Okay, I'm sorry. These lights is hot. I'm sorry. So is that better?
it's okay. Yeah, it's better. And now that I know it's a fan, you can cut it on. I just wanted to make sure it wasn't me.
Okay.
But anyway, so I go there. I'm talking to Dr. Carson. He said the main issue that we have right now in the city of Chicago is the aldermanic prerogative. That allows the aldermen to veto any development that they don't want in their ward. And that pushes housing discrimination and housing segregation. So the reason we talk about Chicago so much is that Chicago is the heart of the country. Everything starts in Chicago. So once we get rid of that that automatic prerogative, you're going to see more development in the city. I'm like, wow, thank you, Dr. Carson. Then Donald Trump get on the stage to get the best pro-black speech I ever heard in my life. I promise you on everything. I love this speech. Was so amazing. He was like, black folks, this is your country. You ain't no immigrant here. They putting these immigrants before y'all, telling them that y'all got to be black and brown. Ain't no black and brown. Did brown help y'all build a country? No, this is for you. This is for you first, all American people. We in the White House screaming, we free. He like, yes, y'all free. I'm talking. It was amazing to be in the White House with other children of emancipated people saying that. So that's literally your ancestors' wildest dream. So I come back to the city of Chicago and I'm telling the people like, hey, check it out. I went to the White House. Now, even when I was in the White House, I was going live. People could see me. I was standing there talking to all types of celebrities. It was a beautiful day. They had the spread out. The band was playing. It was just wonderful. So I come back. I'm telling the people, let me tell y'all what the man said at the White House. Of course, people don't want to hear it. They roll their eyes, all that kind of stuff. Okay, cool. I'm like, so then Lori Lightfoot becomes mayor. The first thing Lori Lightfoot did was she went to D.C., talked to Ivanka, President Trump, and Dr. Carson, came back, opened city council, and said no more automatic prerogative. I'm like, dang, okay, he did what he said he gonna do. I'm gonna promote him in the city. So that's how I became an always. I didn't go looking for the Republican Party. I went to try to talk to Dr. Carson about this housing amendment. That's why I want to become the Congresswoman so that I can join the Federal Housing Committee and get the city of Chicago back under federal control. PHA has been under local control since like 99, 2000. And we can see, obviously, the city has a problem managing this, especially if they got all this money and got all these people outside. So that's why I'm here.
Oh, okay. Cool. Now, I got to ask, it's somewhat like a personal question. You don't have to go into detail. Now, I noticed I said to you, now I know about organization Chicago Flip Red or Flip Chicago Red, and you're different from that. You're what? Turn Chicago Red or somehow that?
Chicago Red. We are the original group.
Okay.
We are the political action committee recognized by the state of Illinois. That other group is an LLC. That is a business. They are running a business. They get paid to do what they are doing. That's not what we do on my side. I'm literally building a structure so that we can get some different policies to get some different outcomes here. I'm not a group that likes to go and taunt people. I'm not going to go to the city hall and degrade the mayor because of his mental health issues. I'm not going to go to the White House and get arrested. I'm not going to get banned from city hall. That's not why we're here. Because if you are fighting and getting yourself and losing access to the people in power, then you are of no good to the people. What you here for? You, as a congressperson, it's my job to be the delegate from the district to the federal government to go to them and get everything that we need. But if you fighting and carrying on, you can't do that work. You have to shake a hand and make a friend in this game. So that's what I'm on. And no, I have absolutely, positively nothing to do with that at all. No, and I'll just leave it there.
Okay. Because I was just asking. I didn't know. I didn't learn that until the other day I talked with you. Like, okay. So now I know the difference. Because I really truly didn't know the difference. That's interesting. It's very interesting. Now, tell us a little bit about your, we realize that you are a radio personality. Tell us a little bit about your radio journey and things like that, and where you at with it now. Yeah.
So I started on the radio, actually because again the radio came to me. All this stuff is coming to me.
Mm.
So July 2020, I get a call from WZON, and they say, "Hey, we want you to come on the show to do a 30-minute segment on the Perry Small Show." So I grew up listening to WZON with my parents. So I'm like, okay, cool. I'll go on Perry Show. So I get on there. The first thing she say to me out her mouth is, "Tell us who you are, what school you went to, and where you grew up and where you live at now." I say, "I'm P Rae Easley. I grew up in the Austin community, born in the 37th Ward, raised in the 29th Ward. I went to Whitney M. Young Magnet High School, starting as an 11-year-old seventh grader, and I live in the 37th Ward right now. What's up, West Side?" She like, "Oh, well, I thought we was going to get a suburban girl. We got a home girl." I'm like, "No, you got the people's baby girl." You know what I'm saying? Like, for real, I do this. So my 30-minute segment turned into an hour 30-minute segment. And so that's how I kind of built an audience on the station, or built a following on the station. From there, I got a brokered slot that I was paying $600 a week for out of my pocket. Now, I did have donors. Shout out to all my donors who helped. But for the most part, that financial burden fell on me. So I'm, paying for it out of my pocket every week to get this message out to Black people in Chicago that we deserve better than this and that we have options. We don't have to go along with what these people want. So the show was doing exceptionally well. Again, it was some kind of weird stuff that happened. I don't even understand what happened to this day, but it's okay. I'm not on the station anymore. However, that allowed me to open up my phone. Now I'm a contributor on Fox News. I'm on there all the time. I'm also going to be on Newsnet 2 every Tuesday at 7 a.m. starting this week. I've been on One America News Network, America Family Network, Right Side Broadcasting Network. I've done all of the national platforms, but here locally, nobody on the show to get no love. I've been on Fox National News more times than I've been on any local news.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
Yeah, but it's okay. Yeah, it's okay.
Okay.
Because again, I'm not doing this for the attention of the camera. This is real life. Like, I'm really trying to do this for my neighborhood, for the people that I love, and the people who love me. This is not something that we want to do. Like, I don't want to be in office until I'm 86 years old, like Danny Davis. I don't want to do that. I'm going to get what I can get right now with the relationships and the access that we have with the president himself. So while we got a friend there, we got to go and scoop up everything we can, like the Mario bonus round. Get in, get out. But we got to really make a move right now, because if we do not, the city of Chicago is going to get very difficult for people who have Social Security numbers. If you are a U.S. citizen, you are now second in line in the city of Chicago, and that's not right, because all of us are paying to be here. Our ancestors are buried deep in the ground, bone and flesh. So how do we allow people who illegally entered our country to enjoy a better quality of life than us? That doesn't make any sense. So we have to get federal help, because the local people have failed us.
Interesting. Smart young lady. Now, I was raised here also in the city of Chicago, and I know when you think different and you talk different, you get persecuted, and so how are you handling that as being a Republican, and some of your friends that you grew up with, went to school with, you live next door to, and they, they shun you in public, but in private, they probably call and talk to you. How do you handle that?
Oh, you gonna love me. I don't care. I go to all of the events. When Danny Davis endorsed LaShawn Ford, I was standing right there clapping and taking pictures too. You understand? Like, these are my real life people. These are not politicians that I know outside. These are the people who train me politically. So you can't do nothing with me but love on me. I went to the Taste of Austin, which also doubles as Danny Davis's back to school parade and picnic. So they were introducing the candidates, but these were all Democrats. So I walked up to the side of the stage and I said, "What's y'all gang banging over here? What, the Republicans can't get no love? This is for Democrats, huh?" So they started laughing. They're like, "Girl, get on this stage." So I get on the stage. The congressman introduces me very well. He tells the people he's known me since I was a baby. He trained me politically. I come from a good family. And then LaShawn Ford grabs the mic and he say, "P Rae is a Republican, but we like P Rae." So even my opponent is telling the people that I'm from y'all. We all together. Like my mentality in this, Martin, is that everybody has to go. We have to be present at every single table. We can't just be at the Democrat table. So if the Democrats not in power, that means that we have no access to the resources. We got to be able to split ourselves and make sure that we have the leverage. That's what we're trying to do right now because these Democrats in the city of Chicago are playing with us. We don't deserve this.
I agree. I definitely agree. Now, what is often some questions that you're asked by young people? You know, I know you talk to a lot of young people. What are some of the questions that
they ask me? They ask me if why I support Donald Trump this year racist. And I explained to them that the president has never done anything racist to us. If anything, if you look at his policies, just looking at straight policies, the policies that he put out have helped us tremendously. For example, when he had Operation Legend, that was a federal initiative that brought federal law enforcement to the municipalities to help them solve cold cases and dismantle criminal organizations. When they came to the city of Chicago, they saw 3 murders in my family. 3. 1, 2, 3. 2 first cousins and the 3rd cousin. You know what I'm saying? For all of us raised together because our grandma and sister. We were in more than a cousin that got killed in 03, 09, and 2014. The Trump administration got us justice in 2022 through Operation Legend. So, and we were not the only ones on that indictment. There were 17 other families on that indictment, which means 20 families on the west side of Chicago got justice that we did not get from the Cook County court through an initiative that Donald Trump gave us. That's not a racist person. That seems like that's somebody that cares about you. And that's why even with the National Guard coming here, people say, P Rae, why you talking about the National Guard? You on TV saying bring them. We have to understand that the National Guard does not have arresting power. So they're not coming to break up the party at the circle. What they're coming to do is get here on a military operation because we have a foreign terrorist organization that is literally trafficking billions of dollars of people and illicit drugs up and down 290, which is in the middle of the 7th Congressional District. So now our neighborhood has turned into America's drug distribution port. And now we got all this chaos that comes with drugs. We didn't ask for this. This is a failure of the federal government to secure the southern border. And now they bringing all this up here on us. And this well documented. This ain't no secret. Everybody knows that this is happening. But the people that we are sending to the federal government are not making a big deal out of it. I love my congressman dearly, but when those people were up there at the 15th district in front of that police station, he should have ran back to Washington, stood in the middle of the well of Congress screaming, we need help in Chicago, close this border because we are under attack. But he didn't do that because that didn't align with the Democratic Party and what they were trying to do. So those are the questions I get asked. And again, because I am so authentically from this space, when I explain it to the people what I'm on and why I'm doing this, 9 times out of 10, they're open to it and they support it because they understand that we got to do something different.
So tell me a little bit about the Democratic the Democratic policy here in Chicago, state of Illinois, that you learned from your father. And how long have we been voting Democrats in this city, Chicago? So I know you know the history because your father used to teach you. So what do you know? Tell us, what do you know? Briefly,
Briefly, yeah. So we've been voting Democrat. Chicago been a Democratic city since the 1930s. Not because we wanted to be Democrat, but because the machine used to beat you up if you wasn't a Democrat. You couldn't get no job. You couldn't get no water. You couldn't get no driver's license. You couldn't do nothing till you joined the machine. So everybody had to join the machine and stay lockstep in the machine, even though the machine didn't hurt us. Briefly. Now it's over with. We ain't scared of these people. What we actually scared for, Martin? Because everybody getting contracts?
Right. Well, I got a couple of questions. And the people, you can call in 872-299-0808. Talk to P Rae directly. But we have a question from the chat. It says, Miss P Rae, how do you feel about Trump erasing our history and removing blacks from powerful positions?
So if that was happening, if he was doing that, I would not be happy about that. Okay. But he is not erasing our history. So for instance, one thing, remember when they were talking about critical race theory, and they were saying that they were going to block all that stuff for critical race theory? Well, in Florida, the people who came up with the whole concept of critical race theory said to throw it out, because what they tried to do was mix in LGBTQIA plus history with Black history. And they were trying to say that we was all minorities and that these gay people was Black people too. So this was gay history as well. And they said, throw it all in the garbage. We don't want it. But they don't tell it like that. They say, oh, Trump trying to stop them teaching Black history and all this kind of stuff. How, when he was the first president to literally declare Black History Month like a federal thing? Or he was the first president to come up with Juneteenth. We've been celebrating Juneteenth on the West Side since the early 2000s. Now this is a federal holiday to celebrate the end of slavery. So why did nobody else do that? If this man hate Black people so much. Now, I will say when it comes to the federal government, Black people were, had a lot of federal jobs. When they looked at the books, they said, we don't need all these jobs. We're going to cut them. So they cut the jobs, just like they cut the jobs over here out west and they closed here. Think about all them people that lost jobs. And guess what? They figured it out. So people got to figure it out. I don't know if that sounds too cold or callous, but, we got to just figure out how to get people re-involved in the workforce.
Okay. All right, let me repeat the number so we can get some more callers. I need you guys to call in 872-299-0808 or 872-297-6389. Listen, people, P Rae have a direct connect to the White House. So talking to her is like speaking to the president. She has the ear of the president. So you should hold your peace. Speak now or forever hold your peace. I'm telling you, people. So listen. She's all over Fox News, all of national news. So she's not lying about none of the things that she said about her being on the news. So you guys call in and ask her questions. I have her here tonight. So I warned you that she was coming. I told you guys she was coming. You had plenty of time to ask your questions, and she's here, people. And she told you why she was running. She told you how long. She told you how old she is. And she got a direct call to the White House by Ben Carson, and she met the president on several occasions. People, let's talk. Listen, let's talk. I'm ready for some questions, and she's going to answer them the best of her ability. So, all right, people. So don't be saying, oh, Martin, you was soft on P Rae. You didn't ask her no question. No, I want you guys to ask her any question you want. All right. So I don't want nobody to say that I was playing favoritism. I want you guys to call in and ask a question. We can talk about the troops coming here. We can talk about anything dealing with politics. And also, she's running for the office. So let me ask you a question real quick, since nobody called in, P Rae. Now, do you have sponsors or people going to support you in your run for Congresswoman?
I hope so.
Okay.
I hope so.
Okay.
That's one of my goals. Right now, my main goal is to make the ballot, because we know that Cook County is a tricky space. So I want to make sure that my signatures are tight, that I got enough signatures. I know it's several people who said that they're going to come together and form a super group to throw me off the ballot. So, I got to be ready to take on all of these things. I typically, if the congressman was not retiring, I probably would not be running, because I always said I would never run against them. I like to do the media. I like to educate the people. I want to make people aware of what's going on. However, if the opportunity has now presented itself for me to leverage all the work that I've been doing in this position, again, to win for the district, I'm going to make it shake. I've already been doing it.
Okay.
I've already been talking to the White House.
All right.
I'm already talking to senators.
So, Black people, this is our opportunity. Now, I have like 3 or 4 people on here, exactly 3, and they want to ask you a question. We're going to start with 4093, old timer. Come on. Somebody turn your volume down on your phone. I hear echo. Everybody, turn your volume down, everybody. I'm about to put you on mute. Okay, old timer, come on with it. This is Miss P Rae.
Well, I heard. I'm talking to P Rae.
Yes,
Well, I
P Rae.
heard you asking
Yes, sir.
P Rae about. God bless you today. How you doing, P Rae?
Good. How you doing, sir?
Doing fine. Well, it sounds like you said you're a Republican.
Yes, sir, I am.
You're a Republican. And how long you been a Republican?
Since 2017. But I take that back. No, I take that back. I voted for Jeannie Ives to be governor in 2014. That was the first time I voted for a Republican, was when I voted for Jeannie Ives. She's running against Bruce Rauner.
Oh, okay. All right. So you found great satisfaction in being a Republican.
I wouldn't say I feel more respected because the Democratic Party here in the city of Chicago, the county of Cook, and the state of Illinois have been very, 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 very disrespectful to me and my neighbors and my family here in the 7th Congressional District. So I know that the Republicans are not the boogeyman in our story. That's the Democratic Party. So I feel great about leaving these villains alone.
And it's your, you know, if you can have it your way, you would take as many people as you can to make them Republicans and persuade them to be.
Absolutely, sir. Look at the damage that the Democratic Party has done to us. I mean, even in my 37 years of living in this city, we have been on a steep decline. We've lost housing, we've lost schools, we've lost population, we've lost family members, we've lost community. I mean, how much more can we take? How much more comfort can we find in this chaos? And why do we want to find comfort in this chaos to begin with?
Okay. Well, okay. Well, you gave your reason. Now, I'm a registered Democrat. I've been one, and I'm from Louisiana. And I remember years ago, I asked my mother about, you know, how did we vote, and she told me that we normally voted Democrat. So I've been voting Democratic, but I knew all of my friends that were aligned with the Democratic Party, and their parents that were councilmen and city legislators. They were, a lot of them were, who I went to school with, their parents were involved, and they were Democrats, because New Orleans was like a 75% city that was black at the time. So, but I can say now, I've seen Rodney Peete. Rodney Peete was a Republican, and they've had some others that were Republicans that ran, you know, that the Republicans had working for them, elected officials, but they're not now. Well, I don't know what he is exactly now, but I know he's not active in politics anymore. Now, I don't see where the Republican Party is having blacks to be able to really run the party. You can be a Republican in name only, but that's about as far as you can go. As long as, well, unless you're talking to blacks about how bad the Democratic Party is. Now that's. I imagine they probably trained you in that. And that's just me throwing shade at you right now. Trained you to say some things and show you all the bad things.
Not at all. I grew up doing this. Remember, literally, when I say literally, all I did was politics. So when I was a senior in high school, I was in this program called the Illinois Governmental Internship Program. And it was sponsored by the Illinois State Board of Education. And they took high school seniors from all over the state, gave us political jobs for high school credit, and then had us live with host families in Springfield, Illinois. So my two sponsors were Governor Rod Blagojevich and then Senator Barack Obama. And I ended up getting Barack Obama as one of my sponsors because I was a hostess at the NAACP dinner, and we were giving him a award. And then Michelle was like, "What school you go to?" I'm like, "I go to Whitney Young." She's like, "Shut up, girl. I go to Whitney Young. I went there." So we was like hugging each other. And I'm like, "Hey, I just got this internship. Can you think you can help me out with a sponsorship?" She's like, "Actually, I can. Wait a minute. Barack, come here." So he comes over. She's like, "Patricia, Miss Obama, Patricia." We shake hands. And she's like, "Guess she goes to Whitney Young, Barack. Guess what school I went to?" He like, "Whitney Young, Michelle." She's like, "Yes," and she needs a sponsor for her internship. Can we help her out? He said, yes, send your resume to my secretary, Beverly, and we did. So I've been doing this a long time, a very, very long time. So I didn't have to get trained on no speaking points. All I know is how to utilize the government to get advocacy for my people. That's it.
Oh, okay.
That's all I've been doing my whole life.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good. That sounds good. I talked with Obama at the time when he was running for the Senate. You know, back at that time when he ran for the Senate, I was down there in the meeting, and I spoke with him. He was quite candid that he would always be in politics, but at that time it was nowhere near thought that he would come to the presidency. But let me get to my point. The point is that every time that Republicans speak, and they speak to the public, they always take and throw a dig at how the Democratic Party failed black people. Now, it seems like to me, Alan Keyes, Donald Scott, they always have to bring in, and many others as well, always have to bring in somewhere where blacks are being denied or hoodwinked or something instead of just running on some talking points. Now, talking points is that, we're going to bring, things to whatever community it is without having to use the word black, because I noticed that when white people talk, they never in no way in all 50 states ask the government, what are you going to do for white people? They never say it. But every time we have a person that they say, now, what are you going to do for the black people? And different things. And I don't know how a person can answer that, because normally the answer comes back is, I'm going to be the person for all people. Now, but the white people don't never have to ask for anything. They get a whole lot of stuff without even asking for it. And some of the stuff they don't even need, and they still get it, because they got to know how to spend their money. But if you do not get up and say, well, I voted Democrat, my grandmother voted Democrat, and we ain't got nothing, then they ready to run you, really run you out that party, because you're not really speaking against the Democratic Party. And that's what I said. That's what I mean by talking points. Every time I see a young Republican come up, Candace Owens, and different ones, they always bashing black people and the Democratic Party. Now, why is that?
I agree. So that's one thing that sets me apart from them. That's one thing that definitely sets me apart from them. That's why I kind of backed up from Candace and Charlie. I used to be the director of Illinois Blexit, and I had to leave that alone because I could not stand before my people and defend the stuff that Charlie and Candace were saying. So that's why I left them and became Chicago Red. However,
well, I'm going to be done in a second, because I know you got other callers.
Hold on, but I want to answer this question for you. We always going to talk about how the Democratic Party failed us. You remember the story when we was kids, the emperor has on no clothes. I mean, the emperor's new clothes. And everybody knows that so the story of the emperor's new clothes is it was the emperor. And he used to wear all these fancy clothes. And then every day the people from the town would have to come out and clap and say how wonderful his clothes were. So the emperor had this seamstress. And the seamstress wanted to make him something so wonderful that the emperor went outside naked. So the people so used to clapping for the emperor and talking about his new clothes, they were clapping for the emperor's clothes, even though he was naked. Until one little boy said, wait a minute, he's naked. He don't have on no clothes. And then everybody noticed that he didn't have on no clothes. And that's what I'm saying. That's why we telling everybody the emperor ain't got on no clothes. We looking at the ashy booty. Come on now, y'all. How much more of this can we take? So that's
you gotta talk to somebody like Martin.
Okay.
See, I don't know, Martin, you gotta talk to Martin, because now he has a show. Now I'm gonna tell you where I stand. I understand that the Caucasian people can be against black people. I don't have no problem with that. I mean, you take that up with God. That's gonna be between you and God. But what I do have a problem with is black people being against black people using the N-word and constantly putting it and using it now. Now they say, well, it's a term of endearment. It's a term, we know how to use it. We know how to say it. And we got some of our top people that's doing it, but we definitely got our lower people using it, and it's hurting us real bad. It's hurting us real bad.
Okay.
And we don't seem to want to be able to get rid of it.
Old time.
I'm just saying, Yes, sir. I'm sorry.
Let me cut you off right there. P Rae, I have another question I got on my text message, and they asked me to ask you what separates you from Charlie Kirk. They wanted to know.
Because I love Black folks.
Okay.
Because I love being a Negro woman. Now, when I say Negro, I mean us, our people, the people who came from down south, the people who eat grits and cornbread. You understand me?
Mm-hmm.
Us. I love us so much. It's not my job to come to Black folks, the Negro people, and tell us what's wrong with us. We know every day we wake up and put our feet on the ground. We know what's wrong with us. However, my goal is to tell us what's good about us and how we can utilize this place to make ourselves better, because we are as American as sweet potato pie, not apple pie, sweet potato pie. That's our pie and we at home. So that's the difference between me and Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk would say things that I think were Negrophobic, extremely Negrophobic. I'm like, dang, what you want to say all that for, Charlie? If I get on the plane and I see Black pilots, I'm going to think, are they qualified? Well, I graduated from Hampton University, and we had an aeronautical program. And I know everybody who graduated up out of Hampton University with a pilot degree know how to fly a plane. So that's the difference between me and Charlie. I understand our people, and I know that we are at home.
Hold it, Doc. Hold it, old time. I got another part of that question. Now, since you answered what you didn't agree with him, now what did you agree with what he said? Now we already know what you.
I agree with. Yeah, so I agree with him in his notion that Black people are full Americans. We are American people, not no immigrant, not no hyphenated people, not no none of that. We not no 3/5 of human. We are full American people and have to take control of this country. That's what attracted me to what they were doing. That's what I went to the White House and heard from the Charlie organization, from Ben Carson, from the president himself. You understand me? Like, let me say this part as well. In 2016, I left the country and I moved to Senegal, to West Africa. And I did that because I went into political exile to protest Barack Obama and Rahm Emanuel for how bogus they were doing the housing in Chicago. So when I left the country and came back, they were the ones who put that patriotism back into it. And that's why I'm doing what I'm doing, to remind our people that we at home.
Okay. Now, the final question is another question they had. Did it bother you when Trump went after the HBCUs after he was shot? Talking about Charlie Kirk.
So Trump didn't have nothing to do with that, and I actually shared it on my page. If you go to P Rae -Lee, that didn't have nothing to do with Trump or Charlie Kirk. That has. Hold on, sorry, I'm here to echo my. Sorry about that. So what they had to do with was the Ukrainian woman who was killed on the train in North Carolina. And we know this because a bunch of white men, I guess, got together and decided that they were going to go attack HBCUs because this white woman got killed on the train. And the white man who was threatening the schools in Louisiana publicly published his manifesto and his face. So they already got him in jail, and the Louisiana schools are safe, which is how they found out that this don't have nothing to do with Charlie Kirk. This don't have nothing to do with President Trump. This is all about the woman that got murdered on the train in North Carolina.
Okay. Old time, I need to go to the next caller. You can hold around. Actually, I'm probably going to boot you off, and you can call back if you need to talk.
Okay, I'll call back in.
Okay, Eric Code, we got an out-of-towner caller, P Rae's concern, 214. Come on, Eric Code, 214.
Hey, Martin, how you doing?
Hey, how you doing, my brother?
How you doing, Miss Easley?
I'm doing well, sir.
Okay. I was informed by a friend of ours about you running for office in Illinois as a Republican. Mm-hmm. And the first question I asked him was, are they going to properly fund her campaign? Now, I don't know much about campaign finance, but I happened to Google to see how much money it would take on the average to compete in a campaign for Congress, and it came up to about $3 million. Now, if these people truly believe in you, you should be getting about $3 million for the Republican Party and a whole lot of support to try to win a seat there. Are you getting that?
So right now, as I stated earlier in the conversation, I'm not even focused on that at this very moment. My goal right now is to make this ballot, because once I make the ballot, then everything that's going to come is going to come. But I have to be able to defeat the Cook County Board of Elections first. So that's what I'm focused on.
So have they given you the upfront seed money that you need to even compete at that level?
I am making it work with what we've been able to do. You got some seed money for me?
I don't live in Illinois, so no, I don't.
I'm just saying in general. You got some P Rae gas money?
No, I do not. This is something that y'all are going to have to do on your own. What I'm trying to
ask you about my money. That's why I want to.
Well, I wouldn't necessarily ask you about your money. I'm really asking, since you decided to run for Republican, were they going to fully support you as they would need to in order for you to win that seat? So that's all I was asking. I wasn't trying to throw shade on what you're doing.
No, I didn't take it as shade. I didn't take it as shade. I was asking. I thought you were trying to give me some money.
No, I'm sorry. I have enough trying to support my Congress lady here, Jasmine Crockett, is in our district. She represents our district and represents it well. So what I'm trying to figure out is, since you decided to go Republican, see, we only got two political parties. It's a demon with the same two heads. You know, one does one thing and the other does the other, but they all manage to keep us in power. So you stepping out and doing this is a major deal in the city and state that you're living in. So when I spoke to Martin about it earlier, the first thing I asked him was, okay, are they going to properly fund her? Because if they care about this particular part of the country, they care about this campaign, they're going to make sure she has all the money that she needs to truly compete in a very competitive area that's highly democratic, historically democratic area. So good luck to you, and I hope that they support you with the money that you need. But if you get into the middle of this campaign and you're not seeing those folks cutting you some checks, then you know how much they love you or they don't love you. All right, Martin.
Okay, thank you, brother. You're gonna hang. If you got another question, you can call back. I'm just going to let people hang around so I can go. Because I leave y'all on here, I ain't gonna be able to get to all the people that's calling. Okay, we got a next call. We got another out of town caller. His name is Sarge. He's originally from Chicago. He's a big time DJ. 912. Come on, area code 912.
All right, what's going on?
Also, he's a Republican as well. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Mm-hmm. Nah, check it out. First and foremost, the only thing that was like ill-informed, just to be nice, is when it comes to the Juneteenth thing.
Mm-hmm. That's something that Biden did. That wasn't Trump. That was Biden. So it was in the Platinum Plan. I should have made that clearer. So in 2020, when they were going through the campaign, the Platinum Plan was released. And a portion of the Platinum Plan was to federalize Juneteenth. So it was actually Trump's idea that Biden made go through. So I'll give that to him.
Okay. I mean, 'cause that's like, me saying I'm going to get a job, but until I got the job and the paycheck, I could say anything. But when it comes to the, with the different parties, I'm like this here. The first Republican senator was in 1870 in Mississippi, right? The first one happened in Illinois. Harry Moseley Brown was in 1993. So if not the Republicans, the Democrats love black folk so much. Why they take all them years? You see what I'm saying? For a Democrat senator to be elected, and you were on point when you were talking about the HBCU deal, when that ain't had nothing to do with President Trump. They had nothing to do with him. So, you got that, and Democrats have run Chicago since 1931, and blacks have gotten nothing from that party. Now you get, I heard someone speaking about Louisiana, right? The reason blacks turned out the way they turned out voting for Democrats there was because after the Civil War and voters' rights were granted, the KKK terrorized black folks in Louisiana into not voting or voting for Democrats because that was a large black Republican stronghold. Look up the history. That's where my people are from.
Well, listen here. Do you know that the Ku Klux Klan is the guerrilla warfare arm of the Democratic Party? And not only were they lynching black Republicans, but they were lynching white Republicans as well. Because their goal was always to bully, what I'm just saying in general, you know, the people who may not have known that. Because the goal of the Democratic Party has never been to grant access to black people to the vote. Actually, they go out of their way to dilute our vote. For instance, here in the state of Illinois, when you go get your license renewed, it automatically registers you to vote. But the illegals can go get driver's licenses too. So how do we know that they're not being put on the voter rolls, thus diluting our voting power? You understand? Like,
they are, because
they play.
Right, but they are, because that was the foundation of the DACA program that was established by President who? Obama.
I'm sorry.
That came from the state of who? Illinois, which everything is all in people's face. They just refuse to look at it. You know, like he used all of the rights that my parents, I'm 62 years old. My parents, all the rights that my parents fought for to level a playing field for me for success in this country, Obama used that same platform for the LGBTs so that they could get their rights.
I got a question to ask both of you guys. Well, actually, P Rae. Now, you guys are Republicans. Now, can you tell me, can you guys name me one major policy or legislation that the Republican has done here in the state of Illinois for black people? Can anyone of you guys name me one?
The Republicans have a micro, they're a micro minority in the state house.
Okay.
So even if they did want to do something for black people, the majority of their legislation dies in committee because there are not enough people here doing it. That's why I am really pushing everybody to know and understand that everything that we're experiencing came from Democratic policy failure. The Republicans ain't got nothing to do with this at all. At all. We got a Democratic governor, a Democratic Cook County Board president, a Democrat mayor, a Democrat water reclamation, so everybody's basements that's flooded, and because they're not opening these tunnels, that's Democrats. You understand me, y'all? Like, it's so deep. The rabbit hole of their corruption is so deep, and once you see it, you can't unsee it. Like, these people are very, very corrupt, and they don't mind hurting us in order to get the means to their end. Like, I'm going to tell y'all this. Now, this is just me. This is just P Rae. This is just P Rae. This has not been found out. This is what I think. People basements flooding because the city trying to get the money from FEMA so that they can use the FEMA money to plug the budget. Because on the west side, they spent us $467 million for FEMA. Do you know that they saying that they only gonna get the west side $3 million of that money, and then the rest of the money they're gonna put into infrastructure to fix the sewers, but we paying sewer every 2 months with the water. You understand me? Like, these are the games that they play. They put emphasis to keep the ends of funding these illegals using our money. So no, y'all don't think about what the Republicans ain't did. Think about what the Democrats are doing, because you don't got to use your imagination for that. You could just look around and see the reality of Democrat leadership. And if that's all you think you deserve, stay where you at. I'm not here to force nobody, pull nobody, debate them, fight them, none of that. I'm here for the people who are ready to go, who understand that they deserve better than this.
Okay. Let me go to the next caller. Let me go to the next call. Okay, hold it, sir.
Okay.
Sarge. Okay, area code 206. We got all these out of towners calling. What's going on, Chicago? All right, 206. Come on, caller. Hold on. I'm sorry. 206. I had you on mute. I'm sorry. Go ahead, 206. My fault. I had you on mute. Go ahead, 206.
You know, you had out of town callers because your show is fantastic and you deal with the issues people care about.
Okay, thank you so much.
Two things.
Okay.
What office is the young lady running for?
Ask her. Her name is P Rae.
State senator?
No, she's not.
Rae, okay.
Ask her. She's on here. She'll tell you exactly. She can go ahead.
I'm running for Congresswoman of the 7th Congressional District.
That's Danny Davis.
And that's federal. Is that federal or state legislature?
Federal.
Okay. If you guys have talked about this already, I do apologize because I only found out you were live maybe 10 minutes ago.
I'm sorry. I thought I didn't text
Illinois,
you. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you don't have to. You got stuff to do. You got a YouTube page. I ain't tripping. But you got the state of Illinois, Ms. P Rae. Is it a sanctuary city now at present?
Yes, sir. It's a sanctuary city, state, and county.
Gotcha. And so the answer to that is yes. Do you support Illinois continuing to be a sanctuary state?
Absolutely not. Do you understand, or maybe I'll tell you, at the end of this fiscal year, the state of Illinois would have spent $2 billion on health care for the illegals when our people are waiting to get referrals through county care.
Okay. And do you feel the same way about the city of Chicago or Cook County?
Absolutely. Listen, sir, when the president said that the pretty black women in the red hats asked him to come, he was talking about me. I've been on national TV now for almost 2 years, looking into this little box saying, please, Mr. President, come to the city of Chicago. They are bankrupting us.
I saw a few fine sisters with red hats. How you know you was talking about this?
Because they told me.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
No,
That's all I have for now.
It wasn't just me. It was a couple of us. Yeah. But I'm just saying, I've been on this. I was the first one with the red hat to go on Fox News. The president saw me and saw me on Fox News and then tweeted my name like, P Rae, I saw you on Fox News. You are phenomenal. That's how I got in this circle. Again, Fox came and found me. I go on TV and then the president comes get me at a rally. I'm standing at the rally doing my USA. They tap me on the shoulder and say, are you P Rae? I said, yes. They said, come with us to the back. I said, why? They said, because the president wanted to meet you in the back. I go to the back. Donald Trump come in the room. Both of us start screaming, it's you. Oh, my God. He hugging me, telling me, oh, my God, you amazing. You inspire me. Y'all take our picture. So me and the president, and I'll send this picture to you, Martin, to put out.
Okay.
Me and the president have a picture where we're kind of leaning into each other, taking a picture. And I said, Mr. President, we standing here like we taking a prom picture. He's like, no, I'm going to mail this to your house. Keep going. Like, you doing your thing. So to get that type of assurance from the president, again, they came to me because this is what I do. This is literally what I do. I spend my own money to do this. I don't have no secret benefactor throwing money at my feet. No, sir. I'm doing this pitching off my own little budget for my bullhorn, me talking to people, me educating people, saying, come on, y'all, get down with what I'm talking about. And it's working. So,
okay, brother Martin, I'll hang up.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. I do appreciate that. Thank you, Martin.
P Rae, we got another caller. Okay, I believe it's Bill. Hey, Bill, how you doing?
Hey, Martin, how you doing?
Good.
Hey, Congresswoman P Rae. I'm calling to commend you for your efforts. I first got a hold to your work on Martin's show, and then I started seeing you pop up in public places and on the news. And I'm not a voter in the 7th district. I'm familiar, used to live in the 7th district, but it's time for a change. I believe in you. I hope you win because I'm going on what your works before you even announced that you were Republican. I'm going off the word that you pitched about our people, and I heard a caller. It was actually old timers. I just can't understand how people cannot see what this party has done to us or what they haven't done for us. It don't matter what party it is. I don't think no one in particular party is out to save our people, but we need people in strategic places. We see what all of the Democrats in the city council, the aldermen, the Congress people, what they've done, nothing. So a fresh breath, you're a fresh breath, fresh air, and I'm rooting for you. And I will find out through Martin, where I can send some money to your campaign.
Oh, thank you.
Keep
so
going,
much,
girl.
Thank
Keep
you.
going, girl. I believe in you.
Thank
I think
you.
God believes in you. People gotta let down this party stuff. You keep saying what we need to hear and what we need to gravitate to. Black. Not what party it is, and at times I disagree with Martin, even though I know it's the truth. I think we don't need to split our votes up. We should be strong in one vote. But Martin made it aware to me that we need people in both parties to get what we want. Having them on one side, it didn't work. It didn't work.
No. Well, thank you,
Keep it up, girl.
All right, that's Bill. All right, we're looking for some more callers, people. Thank you, Bill. 872-299-0808. 872-297-6389. P Rae is here now. People, don't act like you Martin, you was too soft on her. You let her get off the hook and you was smiling, cheese green. I'm giving you guys the green light to ask her any questions. She's open to answering any questions. We respect each other on here. We're not going to call each other names. And again, what Bill said, I believe that we should have black people as Democrats and Republicans. So, hey, that don't mean that we should hate each other, because at the end of the day, we're all black first, or Negro first, whatever you want to call ourselves, African Americans, whatever. But we should have both parties should be able to get some out of the Republican Party and Democrat Party for black people. No excuses, none, period. No excuses. That's my thought. That's my thought on that. So, P Rae, while we're waiting on another call, I have another question for you. Somebody text me. They said, let me see, what did they say? And the reason why I'm telling you why somebody texts, because it's not my question, so I don't want to give credit. Okay. So what is your thoughts on campaign finance reform? What's your thoughts on that?
I don't. Again, I'm not even there yet.
Okay.
I'm not even there. I don't have an opinion on it because I'm not collecting money right now. I'm collecting signatures.
Okay.
However, I do think that we should come to some type of. You got to know who's giving folks money. You know, one thing about me is that up until May 15th of this year, I worked at Merrill Lynch as an investment consultant. So it was easy for me to flip my corporate paycheck into what I was doing to kind of keep myself going, which allowed me to kind of move how I want to move. So I've never engaged in like high-level donors or anything like that. So I guess when I get there, I'll have a better opinion of it. But right now, I just don't know enough about it to speak about it.
Okay. All right, people, we're looking for some more callers. 872-299-0808 or 872-297-6389. I'm going to put it on the screen so you guys we show you guys, put it on the screen and make sure. And I need some callers to call in. Call in. I mean, she's here. She's a sister. I want to hear from them. I want to hear you guys' questions. So, hey, this is an opportunity to ask her a question, what she's all about. She's open right now. This is not about money, because she didn't pay me to come on this platform. We both had a mutual agreement. Hey, won't you come on? Let's talk about it. So, and that's what I wanted.
Yeah, and I appreciate
that.
Right.
So, and
yes,
Hey, Mark, can I say one more thing?
Showing love.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Bill.
I wish people would be optimistic and not just look at the the cover and go look at what this young lady was doing before she started running for Congresswoman. Go look at her work, how she got down in the neighborhood, what she stood for, her principles. Go do that. Because when people get in a position to run for certain offices, they always can put on a pretty face or and say all the right things. Look what she was saying and doing before. She didn't have me call in. Everybody on this platform or the cause of the show pretty much know who I am. And I'm not just hip hooray her from association. I'm just being realistic in life. That's all I got to say.
Okay.
Thank you.
We have a new caller. This is like a Chicago number, though. Let's see what we have here. The last 4 digits of your number is 3573. Come on, caller. 3573.
Hey, how you doing?
How you doing?
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, P Rae, this is Keith Perry. Hi. Listen, I wanted to come online to say to you that I'm very, very proud of what you have stood for. We have different views on certain political aspects, but my question to you, and I wish that a lot of Chicagoans would call in that don't truly understand your position and fighting the way you fight. They think that you're tied to Trump and subservient to Trump, but I know you as a personal friend, and I know that you care about the Black community. So my question to you is, so all the viewers could hear, if Trump does do anything that would be harmful to African-American community, will you take the stance of opposition with him and stick to what is right as opposed to a party agreement?
Thank you for that question. I live in the Austin community by choice. I had to say that 3 times because the Austin community is the largest Negro community in the United States of America. It's 85,000 of us in one neighborhood. So I could never go and stand with anything that's going to directly harm my family and my neighbors. That's why I'm there. Again, I'm not going as a politician. I'm going as an advocate. So right or wrong, red or blue, I'm going to be on the time that the 7th Congressional District need me to be on. So I can't go and co-sign for things that are going to harm us or things that are going to take food out of the mouths of the people that I love. Again, the people that love me. This is not ego-driven. This is love-driven. So I'm just going to get the stuff that our people need so I can come on back home. That's it. If they doing us wrong, just like I will tell them when they right, I'm going to tell them when they wrong. Just like with Mayor Johnson. You know, I've gone to City Hall, I've spoken on the mic and told him when he was wrong. But I saw him over here on the west side of St. Leonard's shelter where they do the reentry for the men coming home from prison. And he was doing the press conference. They were opening another wing of the shelter. So I called him at the door, and it kind of took him by surprise, right? Because he's like, oh, man, P Rae right in my face. I was like, Mr. Mayor, I came all the way down here. I curled my hair. I put this little dress on to tell you you're doing a great job with the city this summer. The vibe on the city is just amazing. I come to tell you when you're doing wrong. I caught you all the way over here on the street to look in your face and tell you when you're doing right. You're doing this right this summer. He was like, wow, thank you. So his staff was like, man, P Rae, you don't understand. He needed to hear that today, right now, from you out your mouth. Like, thank you so much. Because I'm not a hater. I'm not here on no gangbanging stuff. I'm on the business of the 7th Congressional District, and then that's it. So, yeah, I'm not going to...
Well, I thank you for that, because I think that it's very important that we separate, from Democrat, Republican, but be human folk who stand for the right. And so I'd like to say to you that, I love you, and I will be there to support you, even though I am not a Republican. But I believe in the direction that you're going in when it comes to the community of African Americans. And I support you 100%, love. And I would like for people to really get to know your stance and not make a educated decision based upon your affiliation with the Republican Party or Trump itself.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Godspeed and so much support to you.
Thank you, Keith. Thank you.
You're welcome, love. Okay.
Wow. Okay. That was a good one. People, let's call in number. The call-in number is on the screen. I'm looking for some more Chicagoans. You want to get familiar with P. Rae? A lot of you guys know, but you've never had called in on our show to get to know her personally. And y'all know P. Rae, she'll hang up on you a minute if you get to talking crazy, but I got the power of the phone today, so she can't hang up on you. So I control that today. So listen, y'all, you know, P. Rae don't play. Hey, P. Rae don't play. She'll hang up on you and cut you up so quick. But I got the power today, people. I got the juice. So call in. Call in. The number is on the screen, 872-299-0808 or 872-297-6389. And we want to hear from you, Chicago, especially those that live in her district that she's running from. I want to hear from you guys. Call in. Call in. We hear. The lines are open. We're live, uncut. I believe the football game is going off now, and more people are coming in. Man, let's do it, people. I'm ready. Democrat, Republican.
Yeah,
go ahead, Sarge. Go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Sarge.
I was going to just make a short one right quick. It would be nice if people stop looking at the doggone, when they were the Democrats and Republican thing, right? They keep saying, what have the Republicans done for Black America? I'm like, nothing. What have they done to Black America? Look at the Democrats. Oh, they did everything. They did everything they could do wrong to Black America. Yeah, some Black folk that don't even know the Civil Rights Amendment wouldn't even pass if it wouldn't have been such a strong Republican presence in Congress to vote for. They don't know that. See? But they want to talk about, the Democrats. See, and that goes all the way back in history to the KKK scaring what would be like my grandparents into voting for Democrats just to avoid getting, strung up or something. You see what I'm saying?
I got everything set up for you.
All right, y'all.
So that's it, brother. That's it.
Okay, thank you for that, Sarge. People, the number, I'm going to put the number back on the screen. I need you guys to call in. And let me see if I can scroll down and see if there's any questions that I can pick out in the audience, in the messenger down here in the chat. All right. Okay.
Hey, Mark.
Yeah.
Can you get P. Rae to say it publicly now and a promise when she wins, I love being Black?
Oh, she'll definitely say that. I did. Let's go ahead, P. Rae. She'll say that with no problem. I know that.
I'm gonna say that.
Yes. Right.
Yeah, I'm the most pro-Black.
I love being Black.
Ever be your life. I love being Black.
Okay. Now, when you get in the office, we need you to say it publicly because everybody that's been voted in, they will never make a fist. And they would never say they love being Black.
That is true. That is true.
Thank you.
That is true. I love everybody. You should love everybody, but do you love yourself? People that look like you. That's right.
Self-esteem.
Yeah.
That's why the tagline for Black Excellence Hour is to show for people with high self-esteem.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we building our patriotic esteem because we're at home. How could you not love a country that belongs to you? That's crazy. But they keep you depressed and they keep you low and they keep you believing that the country ain't nothing for you. So then you lose hope. We got to start telling our people it's greatness out here. Don't thrive in the abundance of the country.
Yeah. I have another question. Somebody text me, P. Rae. They said, ask her about the $20,000 grants that Trump offered Black Americans in his first term. Why was it ignored? Why was it ignored?
Because
go ahead.
So Mama D talked about this all the time. It was like the year of the Black American or a decade of the Black American, but they gave out $20,000 to do like projects to preserve Black culture, to promote Black culture. The reason that it was not actively promoted, just like the Platinum Plan wasn't promoted, just like the HBCU funding was promoted. You know, they said Trump was trying to hurt the HBCUs, but he's the one who permanently funded the HBCUs. But none of that stuff got promoted because the Democratic Party was so focused on tricking Black people into believing that Trump was some type of horrible racist man.
Somebody using the bathroom and everything.
Back on the cotton field. You know, and that's what Jim Crow Joe was lying about, telling them, who they gonna put y'all in the chain when Joe was the last living Dixiecrat. You know, they pulled Joe from the election when I went on Fox News and called him the last living Dixiecrat in Jim Crow Joe. That shook America to its core. They said this Black woman got on TV and called Joe Biden Jim Crow Joe. Yes, I did, because that's exactly who he is. You understand? Like, I know what I'm talking about. This is not emotion. This is all research facts that I'm giving to the people. That's it. I'm an extroverted nerd. Most nerds are introverted, but I like to tell people what I read.
Oh, okay. We got another call.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
I was telling people she stole that from me, because that's what I was calling him, Jim Crow Joe and his 304.
Okay. All right. We got another.
That's how I lost.
No,
that's how I lost the social media page.
Listen, you gonna make me lose mine. You keep talking. All right. We got another Chicago caller. 6227. Yeah, 6227. The last four digits of your number. Come on, caller. What's your comment or question?
Martin.
Yes.
I'm so proud of P Rae. Very intelligent Black sister. When I first met her, where was that?
Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on. That's me. I muted. I'm sorry by mistake. Say that. Okay. I'm sorry, brother. I cut you off. When you say you're so proud of P Rae, where you first met it. Go ahead. Go ahead.
We met her in Inglewood with a lot of confusion. But she stands her ground as a
Oh, I remember that day. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. And I don't care if you're Republican, whatever. Just know, P Rae, hoop hard, get off the court, gonna support you, because it ain't too many people standing up for our people the way you do.
Thank you.
Your heart is in the right place, so don't let nobody discourage you from doing what you need to do.
Thank you. Oh my God, that means so much to me. Thank you.
You more than welcome. You got my support, because that day you stood up to them guys out there like none other.
Didn't they try to punk me?
Yeah, they did, but you ain't budged.
Man, I just want to register the people to vote. That's it. And look, at the end of the day, all of us became friends.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a beautiful thing.
Okay.
And I support you, man. I'm proud of you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
You should run for mayor.
Mayor, I don't know. Mayor, that's a lot. You know, I could do federal government, because that's what I was trying to do.
Rae, never say that's a lot. When God is for you, who can be against you?
Amen.
That's right.
I'm being real with you. So don't never say, if you run for the federal, you can always run for your city, because the city needs change quicker than the federal government.
True.
The city going backwards. They're not moving forward, honestly. They're not.
Mm-hmm. That's Brother Larry.
The mayor don't care about nothing.
Mm-hmm. That's Brother Larry. All right, Larry. Thank you so much, brother. Thank you. I got a question.
Big, bro.
All right, I got a question.
I'm gonna come out south and see y'all soon.
All right, you let me know. You let me know. You know,
all right.
You got my number.
All
okay. Right. Benjamin says, does she agree with sending troops into any community where crime is running rampant? That's a question for you.
I wouldn't say, yes, I do. And the reason why is because the National Guard does not have arresting powers. So they cannot, like I said, they're not going to go up here on Hamlin and Jackson and break up the party. What we want is them to be outside as a deterrent. Because, like, for instance, that Mellow Bucks album release party where 18 people got shot, they still don't have nobody in custody for that, right?
Right.
So that means that there is no deterrent from committing mass shootings in the city of Chicago. So if we got the troops outside, maybe somebody would think twice about shooting into the Fifi. So absolutely, we deserve that. We want to go outside and have a good time without somebody coming to shoot us randomly. I think we deserve that in the United States of America.
Okay. Good question. All right, people, we got more calls. I'm trying to get her. We know it's late, so she do have a young teenage daughter. She got to make sure she be set for the school tomorrow. So, all right, people, I'm gonna keep it open for about another 10 minutes, and we'll see. Come on in with the questions. I'm here. The number is on the screen, 872-299-0808 or 872-297-6389. Call in, people. Call in. Ask questions. All right, we here. All right, P Rae. Let me see if anybody texts me anything else. Okay. Oh yeah, here it is. Is she concerned about the voter turnout on election day? Is 35% acceptable? That's a question.
No,
P Rae.
it's not. So the people have not been motivated to vote because it's the same old, time after time and time again. And then they don't see anything improving, so then they become disinterested in the process. That's why a part of our platform is to ignite the patriotic esteem in our people. We got to understand that voting got us into this and voting can get us out of this. But if you sitting at the house, then how you gonna get out here and vote? Our main weapon right now to defeat this invasion that we are in right now is the ballot. That's our main tool. It don't matter how much you post. It don't matter how much you get together and talk about it. It don't matter how many TikTok videos you make showing all they link card receipts and bank cards and all that stuff, because you can vote and they cannot. So you can create whatever world you want it to be based on how you choose to exercise your right to vote. So we got to get our people excited to vote. There are more people not voting than there are people who vote. So we got to get those people out their houses. That's one thing that we definitely got to work on, because the city is open right now. We got Senate seats open. We got congressional seats open. We got county seats open. So anything that you've been complaining about, this is your opportunity to change it and make it better.
Okay. All right. Panel. Okay.
Yes.
Hold on. Before that, somebody sent me a question. This may be a little difficult, P Rae, but I'm going to read it. He said, brother, how can she have a pro-black agenda in a party? In a party with a white supremacist agenda? All right. That's what they said. Let me read it again. I'm going to read it a little slow. Let me read it. All right. They texting me now. Y'all got to call in now. Y'all listen. All right. Brother, how can she have a pro-black agenda in a party with a white supremacist agenda? That was the question. Well,
I don't know what the white supremacist agenda is, but a lot of times people believe that the America First patriotic movement is white, and that in itself is racist. Okay, because black people, we at home too. This is our country as well. So if we say we want to make America great again, that don't automatically mean black folks. That means you. That don't automatically mean white folks. That means you, black people. That means us, we at home. If we're going to make the country better, that means that everything in our world becomes better too, because we are the indigenous people on this land. So that's why I support the agenda, because I'm American, 100% American, 4 Negro grandparents, 3 from Mississippi, 1 from Southern Illinois. This is not a game, people. Like, this is for real our country. And I feel this way because I left the country. I ran out of the United States of America because I was disappointed in the Democratic Party here in the city of Chicago. I shouldn't have had to go back to Africa, my first family member in 300 years, to go over there because my local politics were failing me. Like, this is unnecessary. We don't have to live like this. We don't have to keep giving our money to these people. We don't have to keep burying our family members. We can choose other options. So that's what I'm on. And if that aligns into whomever as supporting white supremacy, so be it. But that's how they understand it. Their comprehension just has no impact on what our mission is.
Okay, I think I got a last and final question. They said, what are the top 5 things you would bring to Chicago? I'm assuming if you're elected.
Yes, thank you for asking. Number 1, I want to federalize the following crimes: carjacking, mass shooting, human trafficking, fentanyl, and switches. If you do any of those crimes, we are no longer going to allow the Cook County State's Attorney to prosecute those crimes, because obviously there is an issue in the Cook County courts that have removed the deterrent from people committing these crimes. So we just don't give them to the feds, number 1. Number 2, I want to refederalize again the Chicago Housing Authority, because right now it's $1.8 billion right now federal housing money in the city of Chicago. We know that the schools are broke, and we know that the city is broke. We have to make sure that they do not misappropriate that federal housing money to benefit anybody but that 120,000 Black families on the CHA waiting list. Number 3, I also want to work to suspend H-1B visas. Those are visas that are specialized, what they say, specialized workers. But what they really do is allow employers to bring in foreign people to take American jobs for a lower wage. And a lot of times they talk about it like in the tech field, how, for instance, when we call customer service, we get all these foreign people. It's because they are probably working on an H-1B visa somewhere around the country. But then they also have H-1B visas to be like a high school English teacher in Jackson, Mississippi. And I'm like, y'all can't find no Black people in Mississippi to be a high school English teacher. So we have to get rid of these H-1B visas, because it's allowing them to hire people over here in the medical district and the tech district, which are both in the 7th Congressional District. It allows them to give those jobs away to foreigners when people in the district need those jobs. Number 4, I want to work with the U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement Group, that's ICE, because we know that because we're a sanctuary city, state and county, the state police, the Cook County Sheriff, and the Chicago Police cannot work with ICE. Because the 7th Congressional District was hit the hardest with this open border, I want ICE to give contracts to private security here in the city of Chicago and allow them to assist with these ICE operations. That way we spur entrepreneurship, we spur jobs, and the ICE people can get the local help that they need without us keep having to fight back and forth for this sanctuary mess that they're trying to do. And the 5th and final point, I want to make sure that everybody in the country understands that this border is right here on I-290, which is this heroin highway. We are victims of the cartel here in the 7th Congressional District, and I want to make sure that we seal that border tight so that fentanyl pills stop getting passed out from the west side of Chicago and poisoning the whole country. We are the headquarters for the cartel because of our high Black male unemployment, the fact that we're a sanctuary city, and the fact that the Loop is where all roads in America meet. So, like, literally, all roads in America meet on the west side of Chicago, which is why there's so much drug trafficking. So we can eliminate a lot of that by maintaining a stronger border, and I want to go and push for that to protect us up here.
Okay, look at P Rae. Okay, I got to make another one statement. Look at P Rae. Now, someone just texted me that said they just lowered the flag for a devout racist, and I'm assuming that he's talking about Charlie Kirk.
Charlie Kirk.
Yeah, okay, that's what I'm assuming. Then also, the other question just came a statement. It said, will Trump bring back the $20,000 Black grants, make it easier to apply? It's a question they're asking.
I don't know. I don't know what the goals of the administration are right now. I'm not that high up. I'm just a lady who got friends, well-placed friends. But I don't know what that looks like. As far as Charlie Kirk got utility. Again, I'm doing all of this because I went to Charlie Kirk's event at the White House. So Charlie Kirk got utility. However, he would say some very Negrophobic things, very, very. But Charlie Kirk was a major American political leader. He was a close friend to the president, and the president said, lower the flag. You know what, we as Black people right now, and I want to say this to everybody, stay out of this Charlie Kirk fight, y'all, okay? There's something going on in white America that ain't got nothing to do with Black folks right now. So please do not get caught up in a fight. We need to keep focusing on calling ICE. That number is 866-DHS to ICE, 866-347-2423. That's what you need to be doing right now. Do not get in this Charlie Kirk fight. We fighting for our sovereignty right now. Let them duke that out in the streets. They not putting the illegals in their neighborhood. They putting them in yours. So you better be calling ICE and leave that Charlie Kirk stuff alone. Rest in
Okay.
peace, Charlie Kirk.
Thank you. The last question is, I want to answer, Miss Dorothy said, Jay Nichols, she said, I don't understand. It's actually Chicago red, not flip Chicago red. You did break it down in the beginning, but I'll let that be your closing, to break it, the difference between flip Chicago red and, break it down in your organization. Tell us the difference.
Okay, so what happened with these flip red people, I met Zoe at City Hall. And this is the first time I really went to City Hall was when Carlos Rosa pushed Alderman Emma Mitt. And I live in the 37th ward, so a bunch of us from the ward went down there to show support for her. But at the time, I was running for alternate delegate to the RNC for President Trump. And so I had to get signatures to get on the ballot. So I'm like, if everybody from the ward gonna be down here, I'm gonna come and I'm gonna get me some signatures. So anyway, I meet her down there. She cool. We started doing our Chicago Red stuff. She starts coming to my meetings. She came to my events on the West Side. We used to meet on the Dustin. So she comes to the meetings. She's doing all this stuff. And she like, me and you need to start making videos because we can make money for making videos. Start making videos and send them to me. I'm thinking, no, I don't want to be no content creator. So that's not the type of media that I do. I do radio, I do TV, but I don't want to, I'm not a TikTok video maker. Nothing against it. It's just not what I do. So I'm like, no, it's okay. Just do you. So then she created this LLC, Chicago Flip Red. So they get paid to do what they do. So this girl, Danielle, hits me up on Instagram. Hey, I'm a personal trainer. I've been watching you. I like what you do. I want to get you fit. I'm like, oh, yay. So she lives in Marquette Park. I live in Austin. So that was a commute for me because you can't take no expressway to get from Austin to Marquette Park. And it's like a lot of blocks. So anyway, I'm there. I'm working out. And then she says to me, how can I get involved? How can I get in? I told her, we don't pledge, we don't hate. All you got to do is go to the City Hall and you will get in. So she get in, she linked up with Zoe. They started doing these videos. Cool, that's y'all business. I don't got nothing to do with that. So we go to the inauguration. At the inauguration, before we left, I hosted a meeting for everybody who was going to the inauguration. Come to the Chicago Red meeting so we can discuss what the logistics are going to be. Because I had tickets to different inaugural balls. My people ended up sitting on the stage at the last rally for the president. We just had a lot of different stuff going on that I was really working to organize for on behalf of Chicago. They didn't attend the meeting. Okay, cool. So we get to DC. We out there, we doing our thing, but they were kind of standoffish. I'm like, okay, whatever. This isn't my business. So we go to the White House for the Black History Month event. Zoe gets arrested on the steps of the White House. Oh. So I'm getting all these calls from around the country, and they're like, yo, your people getting arrested at the White House? I'm like, no, my people don't get arrested at the White House. Well, she got arrested literally on the White House steps. They read her name and slapped cuffs right on her. So then I started getting calls from my friends in the RNC, which is the Republican National Committee, the big organization. They calling me, they like, girl, who are these people? These people are plants. These people are grifters. We don't like this. You have to shut this down. I'm like, no, let them do them. Everybody got utility, whatever. They're like, no, this is not good. So from there, it's just been beef. They've made content about me, lying on me, 10 hours of content. I'm talking about three 3-hour videos with nothing but P Rae hate, lying on me. Talking about the mayor of Chicago gave me $150,000 because we all live in Austin and they're going to build a statue of my daddy and I sold out for a stop sign. Now, all of that came from when the mayor went to testify at Congress. I went as a guest of a U.S. Congressman. They went as guests of this group of Republicans in name only, what we call rhinos, who have been actively fighting against me for 7 years. They are the third group of people that they've tried to weaponize against me. So they send them there as well. So Brandon comes in the congressional chamber. Y'all know how he is. So he nervous and stuff. So me and him make eye contact, and I tell him West Side in the building. So he looked at me, he said West Side in the building. So he started smiling. I told him, you're not in here by yourself. You know, because again, I'm not his enemy. I just don't like his policies. So Jessica Jackson gets to hollering, Chicago flip red, Chicago, West Side. I'm like, hey, Joe, calm down. This ain't City Hall, this is Congress. So she gets to trying to buck up, and from there, it's just been nothing but beef. But I don't have nothing to do with them people. Those are content creators. They only seem like they have more space in this or whatever, more clout, well, not clout, they're chasing clout, but they seem that they have more authenticity because they make content. I don't make content. I'm outside. You know what I'm saying? I'm like getting real stuff done. When our basement flooded on the west side last year, FEMA came to the city of Chicago. Y'all know who they came to see? Patricia Rae, easily. I took the lady from FEMA to MacArthur's. I told her, I'm going to take you over here, get you something to eat. You can be quiet and listen to how angry everybody in the community is. And everybody was mad at MacArthur that day. I'm talking about everybody, because it was like maybe a week or so after it happened. And so then she's like, can you get a meeting of stakeholders for me together real soon? You know, I really want to report back to Washington. I bring together all of the on the west side and bring this. How everybody from
You break it up for some reason. P Rae. P Rae. P Rae. P Rae, you're breaking up.
So that's the difference between me and Chicago flip red. They want to bully, they want to fight, they want to go up to Harvey and disrupt they meetings. What is you doing in Harvey, Illinois, at that city council getting put out? Like, this is not gangbanging. My organization is not the organization for single gangbangers. If you want to gangbang, I can get you the concept.
P Rae.
No, but it's not that. We doing this for real.
P Rae.
So that's the difference. Oh, and lastly, I'm from the, yes, sir.
No, you was breaking up. Also, I was
Yes,
telling you was breaking up. You better now. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Okay, yeah. And lastly, I'm from the city of Chicago. I went to St. Catherine, St. Lucie, Oceana, and Oak Park until I was in the 5th grade. My pictures is still in the case. From there, I went to Skinner Elementary. From there, I went to Whitney Young Academic Center. From there, I went to Whitney Young High School, okay? This is my city. I'm from the city of Chicago. My parents met at Hess Upper Grade Center in 1969 in the 7th grade, okay? That's why I'm Patricia Rae, after Patricia and Ray. I've been doing this a very long time. My people graduated from the Chicago Public Schools. I did too. My brothers did too. My baby is there now. Like, this is my home. The Chicago Flip Red leader is not from the city of Chicago. He's from Albany, New York, by way of Atlanta, Georgia. This is not her fight. This is all a way for people to grab attention. And we don't have time for that right now. We're in the middle of an invasion.
Okay.
Well, Martin, I'm glad she said it because I would've. I know she a New York grifter.
Okay.
Not even New York City, because Albany is not part of the 5 boroughs. She's a grifter.
Okay.
I put no stake behind what Zoe say. I'm gonna be nice and not say what I want to say,
Okay,
but I'm just
but
gonna keep it
please
PG-13.
Okay, thank you so much.
I'm not, because you know, Martin, I can go.
I know. Please,
But she,
please.
hey, she right. She 100% right.
Okay.
She ain't lied one lie. You know, I call a lie out.
Okay, P Rae, I think that's gonna.
Somebody said they want to call.
Okay, well, let's see.
Wait,
Okay.
Say, this guy Bernard Phillips said he want to call.
Okay, come on, Bernard. I got to take me a water break. Go ahead. While waiting on water. Bernard, come on, call in 872-299-0808. We're waiting on you to call. You'll be our last caller. Bernard, we're waiting on you to call. She want to answer your question.
But yeah, that's it. Like I say, in this world, and I want to say this too about the flip red people. So I have uncles that, you know, are leaders out here in Chicago. And one of them gave me a call and said, baby, you got to be careful because the same thing that this Flip Red group is doing to you is what happened to the Panthers in the 60s, Vice Lords in the 70s. What they do, what COINTELPRO does is they create a parallel organization to yours with a similar name. And then that group does a lot of foolishness, and people mix all of y'all together to make your movement lose legitimacy. So this is what's happening to me right now, which is why I really don't talk about them much. I'm only mentioning this because you asked me about it. But I pay them dust because I know what they're doing. This act has been played several times in the city of Chicago. And Chicago is the epicenter of the Black Republican movement. So now they're doing everything they can to devalue us.
Okay. All right. Oh, I guess the call.
Because Martin, do you remember me saying?
Sorry.
And I'll be real brief.
Hurry up.
Do you remember me saying? Remember me saying? If the Republicans get Chicago, they will win every election from here forward.
I recall you saying
That's how strong the Chicago vote is.
Okay. P Rae, closes out. Tell us how can we reach you? How can we donate to you? Whatever. Give us the information. How can we find you?
Okay. Yes, you can meet me at chicagored.org, chicagored.org. Sign our mailing list. I got to get back to that. Like I said, I got a lot happening at one time. But you'll know where I am. That's also where you can donate. Again, everything that we did for Chicago Red came literally from donors and out my pocket. Okay, literally. This was not easy for nobody. That's why I drive a Nissan and not a Jag, because I really invested everything that I'm doing in making this happen. I am a West Side woman. I love living over here. I live over here by choice. I live over here because this is the land that my people work to give me, standing on their feet in these factories around the city of Chicago. We owe it to ourselves and to our ancestors and to our children who are not yet born to fight for what we have. We are living on the most valuable land in the country, and they've been doing everything that they can to get us out of here. But we like baby kids. We don't die, we multiply. So I'm asking y'all to please join me in leaving the Democratic Party, tie your gym shoes on and tie them up real tight, because we running to the right. We done with this. If you got any kind of self-esteem about yourself, then you know that it is not right for people who do not have Social Security numbers to be feasting while you are picking coupons. You know that it is not fair for people to be able to take their children to the Chicago public schools with no documentation when your child can't sign up to even walk in a classroom without every shot record and letter from Cook County Board of Vital Statistics. Okay, we deserve better than this. We want to bring our family members home from Iowa. Don't nobody want to live in Iowa, okay? But they out there because they have been playing with the federal housing money for over 25 years. So I ask y'all to stand with me in the words of James Brown. This is the big payback. We are the grown people now, and we do not have to accept this bullying anymore. P Rae 4-7, as in the 7th Congressional District. P Rae for Congress. Help me, help us benefit from this MAGA movement, because like the man or not,
you already know what it is. You already know what it is.
I'm sorry.
Live, uncut.
I'm sorry, P Rae. Go ahead, P Rae. I'm sorry. I hit it by mistake. You
and
good.
shame the devil.
I love
being.
Go ahead. I'm sorry about that. Go ahead.
It's okay. So yeah, like him or not, he's going to be the president until 2028. And so it is up to us to benefit from everything that he got going on. We don't need anybody that's going down there to fight the president and say that they're going to fight his agenda, because that's going to be a losing fight and a waste of our political capital. You want somebody that's going to go down there, shake your hand, make a friend, and bring back everything that they can for us. And that's me. I've been doing this on my own, y'all, on my own. I got to the White House on my own to tell them that we need housing in the 7th Congressional District. So imagine what we can do if we're working together with me as your Congresswoman. Thank you so much, Martin. ChicagoRed.org.
All right, appreciate you. All right, now let me hit it now. This for real now.
You already know what it is. Live, uncut, unedited. Tell the truth
and what?
And shame the devil.
I love being black. Thank you, P Rae, for being our special guest today. You're welcome anytime. You got my number, hit me up. And I appreciate all my wonderful guests that stood around with me and those that talked in the messenger, those that chat, those that came on the panel. Thank you for your comments and your questions. Thank you for being so respectful. You see how things can run so smooth, people. Now, we don't all have to disagree or whatever, but we don't have to call each other out names and all that. You dumb, you stupid, you did that. No, we was very respectful. And I back up what Bill said that I said. I believe that Republicans should be black and Democrats should be black. We should have some on both sides. And those that are black Democrats, you should be trying to get something, bring something back for the black people. The Republicans that are black, you should be doing the same as well, bringing things back to the black community. It's your job, it's your duty, it's your freedom of choice to be Democrat or Republican, even independent. But you have to bring something back for your people. And I appreciate you guys for tuning in. This is live, uncut, unedited. This is where we tell the truth and definitely shame the devil. Please, all my YouTubers, please hit the like button and share. Facebook, hit the like button and share. We're not asking you for any money, no donations or none whatsoever. We're just asking you hit the like button, share, subscribe to the YouTube page. If you're not subscribed to this page, please do that for me. I appreciate you. Thank you guys so much. Thank you, P Rae, for coming on here, being patient, answering the questions accordingly. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Peace out, people.